look. As I represent the game in a way that can't be challenged, and delegate the comments of hate that can't be managed. I was told once, roll my shoulder like blunts and don't get touched, but my skin tough and thicker than Miss Biz butt. So guess what? I'ma talk my shit and just win once. Throw uppercuts and bone breakers, a needle and haystack with hate makers. I throw mines, don't hide behind my straight right. I show mine and show no the blow by the blow, bro. I blow mines.
You out, sucker.
Up off that? Yeah! Go Rams! Yeah! Yes! Yes! Up off. Hey! What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Furious Styles. What's going on with you? Justin Aura. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. Tyson Bell. Look, the Rams versus the Niners, I'm going to say this, okay? Are you guys ready for some football? I hope you guys are ready for some football, American football. I'm wearing the LA Rams shirt, jersey. It's Dickerson. One of the greatest running backs of all time, if not the greatest running back of all time. I'm rooting for the Rams. My oldest brother. I love you, boy. His favorite team is the Rams. I'm always going to be there and support. I want to say this, though. I think the 49ers win. Brother, I can't remember the last time I've seen the Rams beat the Niners. I needed the Rams to beat the Niners so the Saints could get into the playoffs. Couldn't do it. No, for real. Who was the quarterback the last time the Rams beat the Niners, bro? Colin Kaepernick? No, who was Nick Mullins? No. Who was the quarterback? Anyway, I got the Chiefs winning. We'll see what's going on. Okay, look, ShowBizz, the Rams got Odell now. It's going to be a problem. They've had Odell. No, he was hurt. That's all right. I like Odell. I know it's going to be a problem. Can't wait. I'm rooting for the Rams. Go Rams. Okay. I thought you was with the Saints. Did you hear me? My brother's favorite team is the Rams. So I'm supporting my brother who I love so much. Are you okay? Okay, let me see. Biz, come on, man. I'm just saying, dog. So that's hey. Rams all day, buddy. I hope so. I'm rooting for him. Brother. I'm rooting for him. Okay. My other brother, ShowBizz, the brother, his favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I was, if that's how we do for each other. If our team isn't, even if our team playing, we rooting for each other. When the Rams cheated the Saints in the playoffs, I was still like, good game, brother. That's the love we have for each other. Okay. Look, let's talk. Makabu versus Mchunu was actually a good fight. That was a good fight. I thought Makabu, he knocked out Mchunu the first time. It went the distance this time. It makes sense. The whole thing with COVID and everything that's going on. Both these guys have it. Mchunu didn't look too sharp to me himself. He wasn't that busy. He was just pot shot, and he was trying to stay away, extremely defensive. I think Makabu outworked him. He definitely did enough to win to me. I thought it was 8-4, 7-5. I like the jab that Makabu had. Mchunu would pot shot. It would hit him every 5 to 7 punches landed by Makabu unanswered. So, but Mchunu has some clean, effective punches. But both of them didn't really look fantastic. But it was still a good fight. Makabu being off balance many times wasn't due to him being rocked. He just, I don't know what's up with his feet, bro. He always look half unbalanced, always. It's just there. But Makabu proved to be the champion, the better man against Mchunu. But I want to say this though. I thought the fight was boring. You did, Sully. I thought it was pretty good. I had fun. Let me see. Let me see what everybody else said. Explain to me why they say Makabu age. What was his age? I have the volume off. He's in his mid to late 30s, ain't something. I almost fell asleep watching the fight. Yeah, I liked it, but you don't. Okay, here we go. Haven't watched the fight yet, but people are saying Mchunu got robbed. Yeah, so you have to watch the fight. My thing is this. Oh, he's 33. Okay. My thing is this. People saying that somebody got robbed nowadays is just, I mean, I expect that anytime there's a championship fight and it goes the distance. This is the rob culture. Nothing is real culture, right? It's everything is some kind of robbery or some kind of, there will always be, every fight that goes the distance is a robbery. I mean, Gervonta Tank Davis, to me, he beat Isaac Cruz pretty clearly, by like 2 rounds. But it's a robbery, and no matter what, it's a robbery. So if the champion has a fight and goes the distance, it's a robbery. Nobody even really knew Makabu like that until Canelo. So Makabu will have to knock the guy flat out. And since that didn't happen, it's a robbery. I mean, that's just boxing. That's the boxing world now. So I can't. You have to watch the fight. Most people didn't even watch the fight, and they're saying it's a robbery. They didn't even watch it. Some people heard me call it, or they saw highlights. They have no idea, right? Let me see. They didn't even know where to find the fight. And people are saying robbery. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. King Ryan versus Kambosos. The winner is, it looks like that fight, Kambosos is shutting that fight down. And hopefully so, because Kambosos, hopefully for the boxing world, Kambosos seemed to be somebody who is showing a lot of courage and balls. Okay. He believes in his own shit, and that's what you should. If he takes on Haney, or it looks like it's not going to be Haney, it looks like it's going to be Lomachenko, to be honest. Like I said, that's a ballsy move. Let me see what else we got. Facts Biz, 100%. Good for Kambosos. Let me see. Kambosos would win. Too much ring rust for Ryan. I actually got Ryan winning that fight. If it's Haney, Lomachenko, or Ryan versus Kambosos, I got any of those boys beating them. I do. Look, but that's not the point of this video. King Ryan, king of capping. That's how it's going to be for the rest of his career. Just like Canelo Alvarez and Canelo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You have one slip up in your life, it's over. That defines you. You can be a champion, undisputed Canelo Alvarez. You can do all this, never fail a test again, whatever. You're defined by a moment of you're down. You're never defined by the pinnacles you've reached. You fall. You're defined by the low, right? That's how people are. Let me see. Makabu isn't a top tier boxer. No, he isn't. He's strong, but he needs some technical tuning up. Do you see him climbing the ranks? He's a WBC champion. I don't know what ranks to climb, but I'll tell you this though. Let's start the video. I don't think Canelo beats Makabu. I think Makabu beats him. And it trips me out. People has immortalized the haters, more the haters than the lover of Canelo, has Canelo as the greatest, most perfect fighter ever or something. It's funny how people want Canelo to take on the best cruiserweight if he takes on a cruiserweight. That is insane to me. Canelo would get destroyed by the best cruiserweight. If he's going to fight a cruiserweight, it has to be Mchunu or I think okay, let's put it like this. Me personally. Okay, how about this? Who do you think is a greater fighter right now? Pound for pound. Jamal Charlo or Michael Hunter? No way Makabu beats Makabu beats Canelo. Biz, you're crazy. Well, let's talk about how crazy I am. Let's talk about how crazy I am. Jamal Charlo. But do you think Jamal Charlo beats Hunter? Is Michael Hunter one of the best heavyweights? If Jamal Charlo were to go up and fight Michael Hunter, for me, that's insanity. For me, that's insanity. Michael Hunter beat the hell out of Charlo. He'll beat the hell out of him. To me, that's insane. I would see that as a huge achievement. I see it as a huge achievement. That's kind of right. And Charlo didn't come from welterweight. Canelo came from welterweight. So fighting a cruiserweight, that's a huge, crazy risk. But people don't see it that way because they got Canelo as God. And I see him as human. I said that before with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao would beat Errol Spence. What? Now? At 40, you said the same thing about Keith Thurman. And then when you see how he looks against Ugas, it's just like, oh, brother, of course. He's 58 damn years old. What are you doing? Let me see. And undersized. Biz, they say Floyd beat Castillo the first fight, but when it comes to other fights, the true loser got robbed. Sounds like they are fanboying. Yeah. Well, that's most people, and we're trying to change that here. Most people are fans of a boxer and not boxing. So it's going to be hard to speak. It's going to be hard to have a real debate with me if you are a bigger fan of a boxer than boxing. With me, it's going to be difficult because you're so pushing the narrative of the one you're fanboying for that you can't hear me. It'll be impossible. Impossible. So look, let me ask you this. ShowBizz is to boxing what Lionel is to Thundercat. Thank you so much. Canelo at 198, 200 pounds. Canelo 200 pounds is a problem. Canelo at 200 pounds is a problem for himself. Are you kidding me? Lomachenko is getting more and more vulnerable as he moves up. Make Tank at 154. Put Tank at 154. Man, that dude ain't no problem for nobody but himself. Have Tank fight at 154. Jamel, have any of those boys. Have Tank fight at 154, bro. That dude will be a butterball and look bad. Let me see. Makabu catches Canelo with a lot of jabs, but leaves himself open to a hook to the liver from Canelo. Good fight. But Canelo isn't going to possess the power to stop Makabu. Makabu is practically a heavyweight. Okay, look. Let me do it like this. Canelo is getting bigger, bruh. But he ain't getting taller. Yeah, Canelo's getting bigger. We all do. He ain't getting no taller. So he's getting slower. Look, hear me out. Let me ask you this. Who will win? Kovalev moving up to cruiserweight against Makabu. Who you got? Kovalev moving up to cruiserweight against Makabu. Who you got? You're talking nonsense, ShowBizz. You're just saying the words. You're talking nonsense. I don't hear I'm convinced. You're right. Let me stop talking. You haven't said anything to convince me. You're talking you haven't said anything. So that it doesn't, I'm going to keep talking. Okay. Kovalev, Makabu beats the hell out of Kovalev. He knocks him out. Look. Check this out. When y'all saw When y'all saw Canelo at 175, he looked vulnerable as hell. Canelo looked slow and vulnerable as hell against an old Kovalev. Canelo against an old Kovalev looked vulnerable as hell. Kovalev was beating Canelo. That's at 175. You put Canelo at 190, 200, put Canelo at 198. Are y'all thinking? I'm not saying Makabu is the best cruiserweight I've ever seen. I'm saying Canelo looks slow and lethargic at 175. You're going to put him at 198? Have you lost your minds? First of all, he walks around at 200 pounds, a whole bunch of exclamation marks. He doesn't. So you're lying. You're about 10 to 13 pounds off. 2, Adrian Broner walks around at about 185. You think that's where he should fight? Y'all got Canelo, Kendall. You got Canelo as superhuman. I don't. I see him as human as Adrian Broner. I see him as a human being. See, that's the difference. When people talk about Canelo, the haters and the lovers alike got him as super. They do the same with Floyd. Floyd fought older people. I am under the impression that Floyd grew older too. I heard people say Floyd waited for Manny Pacquiao to get old. Who's older? People are insane, but I'm able to do that with everybody. I don't, because usually people who say those type of remarks for Floyd hates Canelo. People who love Floyd hate Canelo. I love boxing. I'm able to see the same type of jit going on. Saw Mayweather pick Roberto Duran as GOAT on Spanish ESPN when asked why she calls we up in weight so much. Yeah, he went up in weight so much. Yeah, he did incredible things. So that's my thing. People see Canelo as, because you get fat and walk around at 188 pounds because you're chilling, doesn't mean that's how you can fight effectively. Not in boxing. Not in boxing. So you putting your money on Makabu against Canelo? How many times must I say it? I always put my money on that. That's what I do. I never just talk. I do. I show, and I do it in front of everybody. Y'all know what's up. Let me see. Duran is to go. Who care what Mayweather says? People who loves boxing. Let me see. Yes, you are smoking, ShowBizz. Makabu is not technically sound, has power, but Nello outboxing that man all night and could knock him out on a counter. Here's my thing, okay? I'm not saying that Makabu is amazing. Okay. Did anyone see Trevor Bryan last night versus Guidry? What's his name? Jonathan Guidry. What's his name? Rams gonna lose. Yeah, that's not my favorite team. I'm just rooting for my brother. But yeah. So listen. Did y'all see Trevor Bryan last night? He looked bad. That Trevor Bryan would beat the hell out of Caleb Plant. In my opinion, there are weight classes for a reason, because people are human. But when I bring up Caleb Plant, when I bring up Adrian Broner, when I bring up Javante Tank Davis, when I bring up Jamal Charlo, everybody say, oh, of course. They think Canelo isn't human. People got Canelo on a crazy level than I do. I like Canelo. I think he's dope. I think he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Well, I actually think it's Usyk, but I can agree with anyone who says it's Canelo. But with that said, I still think him. I saw him at light heavyweight and said that's his limit for sure. Canelo at light heavyweight takes some L's. Seriously. He goes up 15 more pounds. See, people think Canelo, hey, Canelo. They think he's on that at heavyweight. Canelo's going to be like this here. Makabu can move better at cruiserweight than Canelo at cruiserweight. Either way, it'll be a huge accomplishment if Canelo can do it. That'll be an amazing accomplishment. People wouldn't even realize how amazing that accomplishment is. Let me see. Biz, you got a solid point with that weight. Roy beat Ruiz at heavyweight, but he was never the same after. 100%. People don't get it. Do you know what Roy had to do to still be effective? The sacrifice Roy. Now, Roy walked around at 200 pounds. This is what all the people who's not thinking, talking about Canelo walks around at 200 pounds. Roy did too. But Roy couldn't fight at 200 unless he made crazy sacrifices to make his body, to keep his speed and turn that into muscle. He was making what he said what he had to do. He never want to do it again in order to beat Ruiz. Hey, Roy beat Ruiz. He ain't beat Lennox Lewis, though. Hell no, he didn't. It's beautiful to beat Ruiz. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me look at Salah see what that's what made Jones Jr. so great. There was no doubt about him winning, even when he went to heavyweight. You can debate Canelo at light heavy. Okay, yeah, but listen, Salah, Ruiz was the favorite. Y'all forgot. Ruiz was a 2-1 favorite. There was doubt like a mug. Let me do this. Let me do this with y'all. I get it, Biz. Who a better fighter, Estrada or Rolly? But who will win the fight? Right. Rolly would be like, I got Rolly. People, hey, Rolly can't fight. Estrada versus Rolly. Hey, Estrada walks around at 135, 140. Okay. Estrada against Rolly. Hey, look. And that's Rolly. Bees in the tater salad. What the hell was he doing? That dude beat the hell out of Estrada. That's bees and tater salad Rolly. Look, let me tell you something. Y'all know Jesse Owens beat a horse in racing, right? Y'all know that, right? He raced a horse and beat a horse. Dude, that horse was the one. Now, he started doing it after a while for like around the way for extra money later, but it was a trick later. But the horse that he actually beat, that he raced, was like a baby horse. It was a baby horse and distracted like a mug. Still, what an accomplishment. Now, you got people dumb enough to say, yeah, he ain't beat an Olympic racehorse. Bruh, yeah, he beat a pony, a small little, bruh. If just racing anything with 4 legs, good job. Yeah, but he didn't beat an Olympic racehorse that was. It's a huge accomplishment. ShowBizz, you might be capping on that now. Well, look it up. Google's your friend. My Little Pony. Yeah. Makabu is incredibly slow and telegraphed. Man, Canelo be slower at 5'7", 200 pounds. He wasn't that slow to me, though. Makabu wasn't that slow to me at all. With his feet, he was. With the combinations he was throwing, I think he walks Canelo ass down. I think he makes Canelo goes backwards. I mean, Triple G did. I think he makes Canelo goes backwards and he starts throwing big and lumbering shots. Brother, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. A question. So why Canelo mentioned Makabu if he didn't think he could beat him? No fanboy, just why? Kendall, I'm not you're talking to me. You're not talking to Canelo. I said I think Makabu beats Canelo. I didn't say Canelo thought so. Bruh, Sugar Ray Leonard said that he thinks he'll beat Mike Tyson. He said if he's ready to fight, nobody can beat him. He doesn't go into any fight thinking anybody can beat him. 2, Canelo didn't mention Makabu. Eddie Reynoso did. He said he didn't even know. Canelo didn't have aspirations of fighting Makabu. That was Eddie Reynoso. He saw what Canelo was doing in sparring and said that shit. But Canelo doesn't think any man could. That's what warriors do. That's how they think. You got to remember, Kendall, these are warriors. These are warriors. They don't walk around afraid of no man, bro. They don't walk around saying men could. Jamal Charlo ain't walking around saying men can beat him. Jamel ain't saying men can beat him, bro. Newsflash. So with Canelo Alvarez, if you ask him, would you fight Makabu, who you think will win? He said, I beat him. That's newsflash for everybody. That's what happens. A lot of us, we forget about the warrior aspect, the fact that there's 2 guys in there punching away. We forget about that. We see them on TV and think it's a TV show. But what makes you put your life on the line for a living, that's a different human. That's a psycho. These fighters getting their nose broken and stuff like that for play. They think they're wired differently. So, yeah, that's why. That's why. You are losing me today, ShowBizz. Oops. I don't care. I don't care if I'm losing. That's the point. This is the war room. I'll say what's on my mind. If I'm losing y'all, cool. Y'all lose me constantly. Y'all losing me too. Makabu isn't the greatest cruiserweight, so I'm saying like, Canelo, are you kidding me? But that's what we do. Let's see. The war room. There you go, 100%. Look at Kendall. Kendall and I just had a banter back and forth. And look at him. War room. He's a man. He ain't getting all. He's still like Wolfpack, bro. I honestly think Bivol stops. I've been saying Bivol beat Canelo for a minute. See, that's another thing about me that people get twisted. You need to watch more Will Smith videos. No, I don't. This is what gets me. That makes me a little bit different. I said it last night. I don't see Canelo as invincible. When I look at Canelo, I see things. I saw Kovalev beating Canelo. I saw Caleb Plant getting busy. You put an extra 20 to 30 pounds and give him on a muscular frame with a big ass head that can absorb shots from other cruiserweights. Heavy handed, you do that. And it's like Canelo is up against it, struggling. Look, this is another thing. This is another thing, okay? Makabu, y'all are looking at it as a boxing match. I'm looking at it as a fight. Here's the difference. Y'all know why Roy Jones beat Ruiz? Why did Roy Jones beat Ruiz? Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. Okay? But I can't even be biased with my favorite fighter ever. Why did Roy Jones beat Ruiz? Speed and agility? Not by speed and agility alone. Crawford versus Mel. Charlo is good, but Crawford would win. Too many tools. Problem is Castano would probably beat Charlo. Well, the thing is, if we're talking about weight, that's closer. Terrence Crawford isn't maxed out at 154. Canelo's maxed out at light heavyweight. Then you put him at cruiser. Please. Let me see. Speed it, athletic, ring IQ, reflexes, heart, a lot of those things. I'm gonna give you 2 words. J Nady. He was as afraid for Roy as anybody else. He made it a boxing match. Watch the fight. Watch the fight. And listen to Ruiz's corner. Ruiz's corner was screaming to the referee. You're breaking up the fight way too soon. The ref, as soon as Ruiz had Roy against the ropes, the ref said break. In what world? In what world? This is a fight. I got him against the ropes. I get to rip at him. He's break. Put him back in the center of the ring. I can't win that fight. The point is, he is fast and he's small, but I'm big, and my strength is being able to overpower him and take his legs away, slow him down, hit him with hip shots while I'm holding him. I remember that. Yeah, the corner was like, "Hey, why are you breaking it up? That's our whole game plan. Are you shitting me? We can't beat this man in tag? Hell no. We could beat him in a fight." You put Makabu versus Canelo Alvarez in a fight. Canelo Alvarez already got a problem with southpaws. You put him in there in a fight. Makabu walks his ass down with a jab, grab him, and then lean on him for a while. While Canelo trying to duck, he leaned on his neck. He put that 200 pounds on him and then push him away. Bam, boom, push him away. Just manhandling. He's a little guy. Are you shitting me? Y'all keep talking about tag. Man, he does this. Man, bip, boom. That was my problem with Maxayo versus Gary Russell. Stop playing tag with him. Stop sparring and playing pitter-pat with him. He got one damn arm. Man, boom, boom. I'll grab him, sweat on him, put my big-ass Makabu head on him, hit him in the hip. They break. You feel me? Grab his head, put him in a headlock like Tyson Fury did Wilder. Lean on his neck in a headlock until break. Hit him, bam, on the exit. I'll be the most sweating mouth breather ever in boxing. I would be, who is the greatest mouth breather in boxing? Makabu versus Canelo. That Are you kidding me? Canelo be like, I can't do this, man. He'll be Sugar Ray Robinson light heavyweight. Passing out under the lights. I can't do it. I can't do it. Y'all just watch Fury beat a smaller man. Yeah, y'all see how he's doing it. And then y'all look at AJ and say, why you box with Usyk? But then think Canelo can beat Makabu. AJ has a chance if he fights him, not boxing. Push that little man around. Push him against the ropes and give him some. If Makabu were to try to get cute, Canelo beat the hell out of him. But I'm not seeing that fight. I'm looking at it as you're the bigger man. Push that man around with his little ass Canelo. You know, weigh on him. Hit him in the hips every chance you get. Just let Canelo know this is my division. I'm a cruiserweight. We used to be heavyweights. I'm Joe Louis size. Going to come up here 85 weight classes up and take my crown? You must have lost your damn mind. That little man get pushed around like anybody else. But if Makabu comes out, then of course. You feel me, Devin? Of course. Makabu was walking through Mchunu punches. He was walking Mchunu down. Mchunu was a cruiserweight. Bam! Clean shots at cruiser with speed. Mchunu has speed. Lead right hand. Bam! Not so much sweat off his head. I couldn't believe it. Everybody had their umbrellas out. Shh. In the crowd. Canelo ain't going to pack that type of punch to knock out Makabu. Makabu going to walk him down. If he get hit, nice. Yeah, good shot. Man, pop. Dude, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. All facts, 100%. I'm trying to tell y'all. Let me tell you something. There was this kid, and I'm going to say his name. His name was John. We called him Big John. His father was the superintendent of our grade school. Big John was the biggest kid. He was tall and big. The only thing is he was a sweetie pie and nerdy. He loved reading books and comics and stuff like that. He was the only child, and he was spoiled. Kids used to bully Big John all day long. Man, one day in a grade school bathroom, this kid was trying to bully Big John, and he got tired of it. He just wasn't feeling it that day. Big John turned around from the sink. Everybody was like, uh-oh. Man, Big John lost his damn mind. Knocked that kid head off the urinal and everything. Bang, bang, like that. Big John just went apeshit. He wasn't even throwing punches correctly. He was crying. John, stop picking off. That kid he beat the hell out of him. That stopped everything with Big John. That stopped everything. Nobody messed with Big John's. Let me see. So is Makabu considered a better fight than Charlo or more dangerous in your opinion? Yes. Yes, he's more dangerous than Charlo in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Because the risk, Canelo doesn't have to take risk in making the weight. Just the preparation is taxing. Do you understand how many stipulations would have to take place in order for that fight to happen? There have to be a rehydration clause out the ass. Soon as that happens, y'all gonna have a problem with Canelo. Think about it. If Makabu and Canelo fight, there'll be a rehydration clause for sure. for sure. As soon as that happened, y'all be like, Canelo. Yeah, of course. There's no way he could beat him no other way. Canelo will have to be like, hey, we have to fight at 190 and make Makabu cut weight. There would be so many stipulations in it. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have to, you have to put so much in there. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because the deal is this. All right. Two things. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez. Catch weight, everything. I'm talking about if you were to fight him naturally at cruiserweight, game over for Canelo. They know that. Canelo will have to hit him with a rehydration, some kind of catch weight or weird limit, everything. And then y'all say, oh, I get it, ShowBizz. Y'all say, oh, I get it now. I'll be like, exactly. Look, when Floyd, brilliant last night, Biz. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much, bro. When Floyd fought Canelo, I know everybody, all the Floyd fans like to say, well, Canelo offered the catch weight. Certainly. Yes. And Floyd took advantage of it. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay. Two things. Floyd fought at 154 before. Didn't fight Canelo at 154. Now Floyd's fought. Canelo wanted it so badly. Fine. Floyd said, bet. That helps me. Still, he didn't fight Canelo at 154. But he fought 154 before. Okay? Two, Canelo tried a boxing. Why didn't Canelo? Everybody who watched that fight was like, kid, you're not on the level of Floyd. All you got is your size and strength. Lean on that. He found himself punching from a distance. I know Canelo wish he could get that night back. Canelo, dipping, I wouldn't give a damn about anything they thought they taught me. Floyd is sitting here like this. I'm pop, yep, boom. I'm going to take a few. Big swinging him, cut him off, bam, grab him, throw him against the corner, boom. Like, they'll be like, yo, bruh, I'm not, Floyd going to have one shot and try to get out of there. His hand's already brittle as hell. And try to, now, I'm Frazier. Y'all kid, he still may lose, but I'm just saying there are many reasons why certain fights happen. I mean, certain fights were won. Roy Jones, my favorite fight of all time. That referee made sure that fight happened the way it did. Because he was afraid. It wasn't that he was paid off. He was afraid for Roy. If Canelo does fight Makabu, I'll see it ending like the AJ versus Usyk fight, wins with IQ. Question is, can Canelo handle that cruiserweight power? Yeah, if Makabu tries to boxing, Canelo won. Canelo wins. I agree. If this is a boxing match, a sparring session, Canelo wins. If it's a fight, Makabu. Facts make it rough. Are you kidding me? Of course. Mike Tyson said the most, what's up, chick? Mike Tyson said the most famous words in the world. They said, how do you beat Floyd? Mike Tyson said, dirty. Mike Tyson's a fighter. He said, dirty. He said, you got to be rough. He didn't say break rules. You got to be get in the dirt with him. If you call yourself having a boxing match, you're going to lose every time. Every time. Every time. Maidana had success. He ain't nowhere near the level of Floyd. He had success because he didn't give a damn about it being a boxing match. Yup, Tyson was right. Yeah, you don't play Floyd's game. Welcome to my world. When Floyd left that Cotto fight with a nosebleed, Cotto was not playing. You're at 154. I'm not playing no boxing, nothing. People say, man, Floyd slugged with Cotto. for entertainment. No, he didn't. He had to. He had to fight him off because Cotto was fighting. Floyd, that's one of my favorite fights ever from Floyd. Maybe my favorite fight from Floyd ever. Floyd had to fight that man off. He came out with a bruised eye and a nosebleed. He was just sitting there with the Q-tip worried because Cotto was not, brother, I'm not boxing this man. Are you kidding me? Hit that Tyson bell. That was my, I just love Cotto. Man, Cotto wasn't playing any of those games because I'm not afraid. What are you going to do, embarrass me? I'm more embarrassed if I lose. I'm not afraid of you hitting me with a stinky right. I ain't got that kind of time. Run this. How about this? How about this? Who's more skilled, Gervonta Tank Davis or Isaac Cruz? Who's more skilled, Tank Davis or Isaac Cruz? Tank. When they asked Tank if he wanted a rematch, what did he say? I ain't got that kind of time. He said, hell no. I ain't got that kind of time. You got a stingy right hand, a stingy left hand. I broke it. Tank was one-handed. Tank was one-handed because of Isaac Cruz. He broke his hand on Isaac Cruz. That is an approach to the fight. If Isaac Cruz was trying to fight like this, Tank would have never broke his hand. It's because he fought like this. Shit! He broke his hand. See, look. People be getting things twisted. This is the difference. Thank you so much. Here's the difference. Facts. Here's the difference. Exactly. Here's the difference. People say Tank Davis fought with one hand. I say Isaac Cruz broke it. And Tank beat him after he broke it. He beat him one-handed. But Isaac Cruz broke it. It's the same thing I say about Tank Davis versus Gamboa. When people say, oh, he beat a one-legged Gamboa. But it was Tank that took that damn leg, bro. It's a fight. Are you kidding me? If a grizzly bear bites the nose off a lion in their fight, and then people say, man, that grizzly bear just fought a no-nose lion. He didn't go into the fight with no nose. That was part of the fight. Insane. Isaac Cruz broke that hand. Tank Davis took that leg. At the end of the day, Gary Russell got injured during the fight. No, he did not. See, this is another thing. This is that comment was dumb. What's wrong with y'all brains? Like, what's wrong with y'all brains? Bro, what's wrong with their brains? What's your brain? Is your brain good? Is your brain good? Like, let's get rid of that narrative right now. Why he had injured before? Right. Why are people saying that? Let's get rid of that idiot. idiocy now? Why are people saying that? Matter of fact, let me stop acting dumb. People are saying that because in the 4th round, you see in slow motion when Makabu hit Gary Russell in the shoulder and Gary Russell go, ah. 2 things to say about that. Before the fight, Gary Russell said he had an injury. Did he predict he was going to get hit in the shoulder? You nincompoop. 2, if you have a knee injury and I kick you in the knee and you go, ah, and I go, I'm the one who injured your knee, I would have to be the dumbest. That comment was dumb. I see. This is why I take Mondays off. People go crazy after fight night. I don't know what it is. People lose their mind. This is yeah, point taken. I hope so. This is why I take Mondays off, bro. This is why I take Mondays off. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cruz may take. Look, how about this? Let me meet y'all halfway. Let me meet y'all half. Oh, I haven't asked you guys to hit the like. Hit the like. Hey, if you haven't hit the like, just hit the like now because I'm going to end in a few, and then that can get more views for this video. Okay, so everybody, close out the chat. Hit the like. Hit the like. Get those. Get the thumbs up. Hit the like. Get those. Get the thumbs up. Hit the like. Get those. Get the thumbs up. Hit the like. Get those. Get the thumbs up. Hit the like. Get those. Woo! At the end of the day, Skills won those fights, Biz. Yeah, tell that to Sugar Ray Robinson when Jake LaMotta beat the hell out of him. Look. I'm gonna meet you guys halfway. Okay. Did y'all? Matter of fact. To that point, I want to say this. To that point. Let me see if I can find it. I want to make sure this is it. My man said at the end of the day, Skills, I hope what I'm about to show you guys is it. Let me see. Biz, you got my 6-month-old over here dying. The babies love the Biz. I love the kids. Everybody give it to Vardell Hill.
With a laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Vardell Manton, shaboing boing.
Hit a Tyson Bale. As this loads, and I hope it really works. I'm going to meet you guys halfway. If Makabu boxes with Canelo, Canelo wins. If he makes it a sparring session, Canelo wins. If Makabu fights Canelo, Canelo gets knocked out. He gets slept. He gets stopped. Hold on. Let me see. It's still loading. I hope it loads. Let me see. What's more impressive? Pac beating Margarito or Canelo beating Makabu, if ever? That's a good question. My thing is, that's a good question, man. My thing is, Margarito was pretty done when Pacquiao. It's kind of like Kovalev when Canelo beat him. Margarito was human once Pacquiao beat him. When he got caught with the hand wraps and when Sugar Shane Mosley knocked him out, and he was human by the time. Makabu is, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question, man, because Pacquiao was so tiny. Pacquiao came from so. That's a good question. Because I don't know if I thought I was very interested in Margarito versus Pacquiao. The thing is, though, Margarito did fight at like a catch weight or something against Pacquiao. Let me see. Look, so my man said at the end of the day, he said at the end of the day, skills won. Okay. I hope this is it.
ShowBizz, you know, you're right. You're right on that one. Boxing is about hitting and not getting hit, but not only about hitting and not getting hit. It's about the sweet science. Sometimes the best way from here to there is all like this. And sometimes the best way is like this. It's about the sweet science. It's about the tools you use. If I wanted to get my taxes done, I'll give you a computer. But if I wanted to hammer in a nail, you'll be a damn fool to use your computer. Gotta use a hammer. It's about the tools you use. If a guy's a computer, you grab a hammer, you beat the hell out that damn computer. It's like Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. The first fight, Muhammad Ali was doing all of this. Joe Frazier, he had to do this. He couldn't hit and not get hit. He had to get hit a lot of times so he can get put in a position to land punches of his own. And boy, did he. He hit Ali with a left hook so hard, I felt it at home. So yeah, boxing is about hitting and not getting hit, but not that only. It's about the straight science. Goodbye, world. See you next time.
Hit the Tyson bell. When my man said, at the end of the day, skills won. A computer can do more things than a hammer. But a hammer would be more useful depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to find the weight of a mountain lion, you don't use a hammer. You can use a scale on a mountain lion, or you can use the computer to Google it. But if you want to destroy something, you have a better chance. If you want to destroy something physically, you have a better chance of using a hammer. When my man said at the end of the day, skills win, it is how you apply those skills and what circumstances you create. So back to Makabu versus Canelo Alvarez. Canelo is more skillful than Makabu. But in certain circumstances, Makabu would be successful. You get the right referee to allow them to fight on the inside and to clinch longer and to allow Makabu to beat on Canelo Alvarez against the ropes. If Makabu comes in with the mentality of mauling Canelo Alvarez over the course of 12 rounds, he has raised his probability of victory by a substantial amount. So it's about the circumstances created and who dictate those circumstances. And Canelo cannot dictate those circumstances without the help of a referee or someone who could help manage the circumstances along with Canelo. For me, it's a no-brainer. But once again, we'll have to see how the fight plays out. If the circumstances are allowed for Canelo's skills to shine, Canelo's going to will beat that big man. Will even beat him because Canelo's skill set would work for that. But if Makabu can dictate the circumstances, Makabu will wear Canelo ass out. Bro, that it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, for people who can't take what I say in consideration. You can feel what you feel. You can feel that Canelo would win under all circumstances if you want to. But if you're not taking what I say in consideration, at that point, you're just sitting on balls. You're fanboying. And I'm going to end with this. Okay? The biggest fanboys of Canelo's are the haters. The biggest fanboys of Canelo are the haters. Man, he'd knock him out. That's a cherry pick. Those are the biggest fanboys. I am not speaking nonsense. I'm giving I gave an hour-long full argument coming from different perspectives with many examples. And if you can't hear none of it, I don't even know how you grow as a person. You got to hear everything and at least consider it. If you still come to the conclusion that Canelo Alvarez wins, fine. But if you're just not going to consider it, then you got to look in the mirror. Hit the Tyson bell. All right, man. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. It's time for me to grab a beer, sit back, see if I can get a burger, whatever. Try to work it all off tomorrow at the gym. I got tomorrow off. I'll be back on for Taco Tuesday. ShowBizz adult. Don't forget, next week, live stream commentary, Keith One Time Diamond versus Mario Barrios. I'm out. Sitting on balls. You know what I did?